Hey, 3C student, last lesson we have just stopped in this page, examples 19. In this question, John and Mary are in front of mirror. John can see Mary in the mirror, and the following is the top view of the situation. And we need to draw the image of Mary. In fact, it's so easy that we just mark down the object's distance equals to image distance. And then Mary should approximately, the image of Mary should be here. This is the answer of part A. And then draw the light ray from Mary, strike the mirror, and then reflect to John finally, which means that, such as the way that we draw the ray diagram. Firstly, we have to draw the image. Secondly, we have to draw light ray entering the eyes. In fact, the light ray entering the eyes is for John only. Light ray entering the eyes. And in fact, the light actually comes from the objects, which is Mary. And this is the answer of part B. For part C, we have to show that Mary sees John in the mirror. We just need to follow the same steps as B. Thus, the arrows is just totally reversed. We have to draw the image of John first, because Mary, we have to show whether Mary can see John's image. That's why we need to draw the image of John first. This is John, the image of John. And second step, light ray entering Mary's eyes, because Mary sees John's image. And finally, the incident ray. Light ray actually comes from the object, that is John. And this is the answer of part C. For this part, I think most probably I just need to tell you the mistake made in part A only. Because for B, C, D, I think you can look up the solution and find out the answer directly, because it's quite easy to understand. For part A, let's see which light ray is mistakenly drawn. The first one, let's see. Image, let's consider this point. Image, light ray entering the eyes. And then incident ray, which means that the red ray is correct. Secondly, for the blue one, similarly, image, light ray entering the eyes, and incident ray. As you can see, the incident ray should be drawn like this, which means that this light ray is mistakenly drawn. Okay, that's I need to draw a cross here. And similarly, I use in other point too. Image, light ray entering the eyes, and incident ray. In fact, light ray comes from O2. And similarly, as we can see, the light ray, incident ray should be drawn like this, and this ray should be incorrect. And the following, and the last one, and the last light ray, I will not draw with you because it should be correct. You can try it on your own. And that's why in these questions, real ray from O1 should meet the virtual ray from I1, which is the blue ray. Blue ray is mistakenly drawn. Okay, and similarly, for the green color, green ray, O2 should meet the virtual ray from I2, which means that the green one is also mistakenly drawn. This ray is incorrect. And the following part, you can finish it on your own. In example 21, we need to find out the mirror which enable the girl to see her full image. In physics examination or OT, most probably you will notice that this kind of questions always appear in the paper. And the questions you always ask you to find out first. The top edge of mirror, which should be the minimum edge of mirror. The length is indicated in the graph. And this one is the minimum length of the top edge of the mirror. And secondly, the question also will ask you to find out the bottom edge of mirror, which is the following length, which is this one. Bottom edge of mirror. The distance from the bottom edge of mirror to the floor, this length. And thirdly, we have to find out the minimum length of mirror, which is this size. Let's talk about the top edge of mirror first, which is the first questions. Okay, as we can see from the ray diagram, please take a look at this triangle, this one, the red triangle. According to the laws of reflection, angle of incidence should be equals to the angle of reflection. Angle of incidence should be equals to angle of reflection. And therefore, the length, this length, should be the same as this length, which is this length should be 5 cm, and also this length should be equals to 5 cm. And if we would like to find out the top edge, the minimum length of the top edge of mirror, which is the length here, from F to D, the calculation should be the height of the girl minus the head to eye distance divided by 2. Height of the girl minus head to eyes divided by 2. In this case, the numerical value should be 1.6 meter minus 0.1 divided by 2, which is equal to 1.55 meters. For the bottom edge of mirror, as you can see, similarly, let's pay attention to the blue triangle. Also, by applying the laws of reflection, angle of incidence equals to angle of reflection, which means that this length, if we would like to find out the bottom edge of mirror, which is this one, the length should be the eye to floor, the eye to feet distance divided by 2. In this case, numerically, the answer should be 1.5 divided by 2, which is eye to floor distance divided by 2, which is equal to 0.75 meters. And then for the third one, which is the minimum length of mirror, that is, the mirror should be hang here, which enable the girl to see her feet. Since if the range of mirror includes this point, the girl is able to see her feet. And also, if the mirror covers this area, the girl is able to see her head. Otherwise, if the length of mirror just covers this range, for example, the yellow range, if the mirror just placed here, the girl is able to see her feet but unable to see her head, because reflection cannot be occurred because the mirror does not exist in this area. Okay, which means that if the girl needs to see her whole image, the yellow area would be the area that the mirror needs to be held. And for this one, we know that the minimum length of mirror should be the answer in A minus the answer in B. Okay, numerically, that is, which is the first one, height minus head to eye distance divided by 2, which is the first, the top edge of mirror minus the bottom edge of mirror, and then equals to height minus head to floor divided by 2, because head to eye minus F minus head to eye minus eye to floor should be head to floor distance. And eventually, we will find that the minimum length of mirror should be equals to height divided by 2. In this case, if the girl is 1.6 meter tall, divided by 2, the mirror she needs, which enable her to see her whole image, should be 0.8 meter in length. And in the next lesson, I may give you some numbers, numerical numbers, so that you will be more familiarized in the calculation of the top edge of mirror, bottom edge of mirror, and the minimum length of mirror. And try to read this page carefully so that you familiarize with the calculation. And for example 22, we will apply what we have learned in example 21. Tony is 1.7 meter tall and he stands 2 meters away from mirror. His eyes are 12 cm below the top of his head. Make sure that you use the same unit in the same questions. And maybe this one, I use 170 cm instead of 1.7 meters, so that the calculation will be make more easier. And part A, we need to draw the ray diagram to show how Tony sees his head of the mirror. Similar to what I have taught you in the lesson, first of all, we have to draw the image of the boy, image of Tony. Image distance equals to object distance. I make use of an arrow to indicate the image of Tony. And then, after drawing the image, the second step should be the light ray entering the eyes. To ensure that Tony is able to see his head, the light ray should be drawn like this. Tony sees his head. He perceives that the light ray comes from the head of his image. But in fact, the light ray actually comes from his head, the object head. And therefore, the first step should be like this. This ray enables Tony to see his image head. And then secondly, if I would like to show Tony is able to see his feet, the light ray should be drawn like this. The red one should be the answer of part A. Part B, I just like a gift, I just tell you how he sees his feet, but the question is not required to find how he sees his feet. Okay, and then part B, the minimum length of top edge of mirror. Okay, just because we want in example 21, the minimum length of top edge of mirror should be equals to the height minus head to eye distance divided by 2. And therefore, the answer should be, since Tony is 170 cm minus 12 cm divided by 2. And the answer should be 164 cm. Don't forget the unit. Okay, if I would like to find the bottom edge, I just give you a bonus part. Bottom edge of mirror, which should be eye to floor distance divided by 2. In this case, eye to floor distance should be 170 cm minus 12 divided by 2, and come out the answer should be 79 cm. And the minimum length of mirror should be equals to the height divided by 2. And in this case, the height is 170 cm divided by 2, which means that the mirror needs to enable Tony to see his image should be 85 cm. Alright, this is the end of the lesson. If you have any inquiries and would like to ask me about physics questions, you can ask me via WhatsApp or you can ask me in the next lesson. See you next time. Bye-bye.